Keyshawn?
First, I'd like to thank God for giving me this victory. Bob Aram, the entire Top Rank staff for putting me on a card like this, giving me a big opportunity like this to display my talent, to show the world who Keyshawn Davis really is. Um, Honestly, I'm just happy for myself, honestly. Like, all the pressure is gone. I finally get to enjoy myself, enjoy Vegas. Um, like I said, I just love putting on spectacular performances. And tonight, yeah, I got another spectacular performance, and I'm just gonna keep going up from here.
Anybody wants to ask a question, please wait until the microphone is passed to you. Thank you.
Question for Keyshawn, please. Keyshawn, right in front of you. I guess I want to ask you, Shakur has always raved about you and your talent and talked about, you were going to be the guy, down the road. I wonder if you can kind of talk about him and the performance he put on tonight and sort of how that inspires you as well.
Man, I seen Shakur from his debut all the way leading up to a huge fight like this. I'm honestly looking at the atmosphere, looking at the crowd, all these fans coming to see my brother fight. Like, I'm like, wow, like Shakur came a long way, man. And he put on a great performance. He basically won almost every round. Oscar, he touched him a few times, but he really couldn't touch him tonight. Shakur always rises to the occasion. Whether it's a boring performance or a performance like this, Shakur always gonna be Shakur, and he always gonna be that win.
Thank you. Nico, if I could ask you, when you see that crowd in the main event going crazy and everything, do you put yourself in there? Like, do you kind of move forward and say, hey, one day I want to have that, the crowd chanting my name and doing all that kind of stuff like they were doing for Oscar and Shakur?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I heard a little chance of like Ali tonight, which is also great to hear. I used to see that back when I was watching footage of my grandfather, so that's real heartwarming for me and my family to hear. But yeah, definitely one day I can hear them chanting, Nico, and I'm looking forward to that.
Nico's about a month away from graduating from UNLV with honors, which is a great accomplishment.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Major. My main business, entrepreneurship. So it was a little tough, balancing the two, but I'm glad it's almost over.
Oh. Nico over here to your right. I talked to you a little bit on the Zoom about Repping 702 and walking out just a second ago. I made mention about Bubba. Today is a special day for Gorman grad 702. Bubba Bolden gets picked up by the Seahawks, Jalen Speedy Naylor, and then yourself. Big night. Just talk about the representation of Las Vegas and young athletes in every aspect and then your role in that.
Well, tonight's a big night for athletes in general due to the NFL draft and obviously the fights here tonight. It's huge that these guys, Jalen Naylor and Bubba Bolden, were drafted because they're from Vegas just as well as I am. So I think it's a big night for all of us guys from Vegas, and I congratulate them, and I love those guys.
My question is for Nico and Keyshawn. Nico first. How much of an effect did Ramadan have on your training as you were preparing for this fight? And as you went into this fight, did you have a particular strategy in your mind in dealing with this particular fight?
Yeah, so first off, I love the Ramadan question. I had to make sure with my great-grandma that I got the pass on not fasting because I wasn't going to fast. I didn't know how it would affect my body. But I love the fact that my fight is just at the end of Ramadan, so we basically are all celebrating my fight and the end of Ramadan. And I went into this fight looking to land a hook, right-hand hook, and I thought the hook was going to land, but the right hand ended up being the one that landed.
Keyshawn, you did a superb performance in boxing this particular fight that you were in front of. Did he have any difficulty in front of you at any time throughout this fight?
Not really. The entire time when I was in the ring fighting him, I was really just trying to, I'm not gonna lie to that. It was about the fourth round. He was down 3 rounds, and he came out in the 4th round stepping to me. So I'm like, oh, okay, you trying to switch it up on me, okay. So eventually, how I stopped what he was doing was I started fading him. I started throwing my stabs back down to the body, started slowing him back down. But it was like 30 seconds of him trying to press me out, get me uncomfortable, to where I had to get back comfortable and just take back control.
Question for Nico. You had such an early night. Is there anything that you were able to learn from your time in the ring tonight that you're going to be able to build on for the next time?
Yeah, the biggest thing about tonight was just maintaining my composure and doing everything that I wanted to in the ring, and I believe I did. I just wanted to stay calm. For a fighter like me who doesn't have a lot of amateur experience, it's very important to stay calm under the lights, and I did so. I'm very proud of that, and I just thank God I got the victory the way I did.
Last question for me. Your major at UNLV is business entrepreneurship. Do you see yourself as a fighter, as a businessman now, as you actually running your own business, being an entrepreneur as well as being a fighter? Is that hard for you?
I don't think it's hard. You know, I enjoy fighting more than anything, but obviously I enjoy business. I think Floyd Mayweather Jr. was the first person that made boxing a business, and he did that without a degree. So with the degree, I feel like I can learn a lot more, and I'm looking forward to being able to do so.
Okay, question for Keyshawn. First of all, congratulations on your victory. Great performance. How fast would you like to move up the ladder?
Honestly, I feel like I'm already moving as fast as I can. Like 4-0, I fought somebody 18-1. Like I really had to go in there and break this guy down, stay disciplined throughout the entire fight. Because even when I hurt the guy with a body shot, and I see that he was hurt, I still couldn't get him. I still couldn't get him up out of there. Like he was real game. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm moving like as fast as I can move. Like moving fast. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, any faster is like top 10 contenders. You feel what I'm saying? So just keep watching me fight. I'm gonna be there real soon.
All right, I have one last question for Bob. Bob, I think you hit gold tonight, having all three of these gentlemen fighting tonight. Do you think in the future you could possibly see these guys again on a pay-per-view extravaganza? Because I think all of them are sellable and marketable fighters. So how soon possibly could we have all three of them on a joint pay-per-view?
I hope, truly hope, that we're moving out of the pay-per-view era. Everything changes. When I first started, we had closed circuit television in the theaters. You could barely see the picture, and then we got really good pictures in color. And then we got pay-per-view. I think now we're going into a new era of the streaming era. I think that, look at the NFL, Thursday nights, the only way you'll be able to watch a Thursday night football game is a streaming platform on Amazon Prime. Well, that's the future. So, and I think that's great because it'll be a lot more economical for the fans and will put the people who are stealing the signal on pay-per-view, which is the reason why it's tanking, out of business.
Hey, this question is for you, Kelly. So you had mentioned earlier